Hello, guys. Welcome to Sam Oladeinde series. This is yet another episode, and here today I have Dr. Obata with me. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. So, to start with, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Tosin Obata. I used to be a teacher or a lecturer. Okay. Now I'm a businessman. So that's basically me. I'm from Nigeria, from Ondo State. I attended most of my education in Nigeria, and then my master's and my PhD here in the UK. Wow. So maybe in the course of this interview, I will take you through that journey from Nigeria, from master's to PhD and to business.
Okay, well,
yeah. That's me basically.
Nice. Okay, from teaching to business. I think the first thing I want to know is what was the transition like from teaching then straight to business, and what's prompted that transition?
Good question. I've always been very academic. Okay. So in fact, the goal was to be in the university and retire there, you know. And it's like my life was already patterned for me. Luckily for me, by God's grace, I was doing well in class. So everybody thought, just go and be a lecturer, and be a professor and things like that. In fact, there was a time when I wanted to see if I could work in a bank. And then I went to Zenith Bank, their headquarters in Lagos. That was the final stage of the interview. And the question that threw me off was, you have a first class. Why do you want to work in a bank? You're supposed to be in the university. And I could not answer that question. So from that, you see that this guy is supposed to be in the university. And so I followed it. Okay. So one of the reasons why I did a PhD was so that I could be an academic. Because in Nigeria at the time, PhD was like, if you want to be a good academic, you need to have a PhD. And I did a PhD just so that I can be in the university. And then I was in the university. I've been there maybe like 5 years. I was doing research, teaching, research. Got to a point I was doing mostly teaching, which I really enjoyed. I preferred the teaching to the research. Okay. But over time, I was putting a lot of effort. And then, but my wages and revenue and salary was not matching the effort. Okay. So I can go in the morning maybe at 8. I won't come back until 6, 7. And I didn't mind. But my expectation was that if I put in long hours, you give me long money, right? If I put in a lot of hours, give me a lot of money. But that was not the case. So as time went on, even though I was progressing academic in the university, I was going through the ranks. Yeah. The revenue wasn't matching the effort. So I started to think there has to be another way to not work this hard for little money. And then I began to look into alternatives, and that's how I ventured into property business. And I didn't actually do the business so that I could leave the job. I just wanted additional source of income. And that has led us here.
So extra income took the main stage. Wow. Okay, so moving from teaching to business via the additional income route. Let me just put it like that. Yeah. Did you go straight into the business you're doing currently?
Okay, the way it happened is it was in 2019. I told myself in that year I'll start a business. Okay, but I didn't know what the business would be. So I started to because I'm a researcher by training. So I started to research what can I do to get additional source of income. I look at it into forex, driving Uber, different things, teaching extra lessons online. I was teaching A-level students and undergraduates extra lessons, getting extra money. But then I realized that most of those, I need to put in time to still get money. I need to sit down with the students for 2-3 hours online to still teach them. When I'm driving for Uber, I needed to, to move around. My time was still connected to my pay.
To the pay.
So it didn't work. So when I now discover a property strategy, which will require less money or no money to do, because I knew that property was difficult to do because it's expensive. Yeah. If you don't have money, you probably will not be able to do it. But in my research, I found one that wouldn't require too much money to do.
Okay.
And then that's how I started. And I decided to do the first deal. I didn't have the money because I was broke, even as a lecturer. So I had to borrow the money that I used to start. And then from one property to another, and it became big.
Wow.
To the extent that it could at least sort out my salary and livelihood.
So, sir, honestly, I really want to dig part into this part of the real estate that really doesn't require much money, but I'll come back to that a little bit after. Earlier we had a conversation, and no, in the form you said that was filled, you said you came from Benin.
Yeah, Benin City.
But you were born in Ondo State. Were you teaching in?
So yeah, I'm from Ondo State,
okay.
And then I did my undergraduate study in University of Benin.
Okay.
And then I got a first class degree. They retained me as an assistant lecturer.
Okay.
So it was in University of Benin that I left to do masters.
Oh, here in the UK?
In Scotland. I was funded by the federal government of Nigeria to do my masters. And then after that, because I wanted to be in academia, I went back home straight to go continue my teaching. And my student could tell that this guy is different, because I now have Scottish ideas. How student-lecturer relationship is now a bit different. I use PowerPoint to teach, my lecturer used to just dictate notes and things like that, but I was explaining deeper, so it was fun. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I got to Benin, and was working in Benin until I came, and then I went back to Benin. And this was when I was working in Benin that I got another scholarship to do my PhD.
Wow. Okay.
So I left again.
Wow. You must be a very big bookworm.
No, not really.
Okay, so you've already told us the steps that you took. Basically, the steps you took from coming in here, study, went back home, and then came back in here for PhD.
Yeah.
And then because of the wages, you decided to have a side hustle. What are the challenges you can say that you faced? Based on your story, I don't think that your challenges is going to be exactly the same as those who came basically because they want to come and settle in here.
Okay.
But definitely there will be a lot of people out there who will pick one or two things from the lessons you learned and how you overcame the challenges. So what are the challenges you faced coming in here, studying, starting a family here, work and everything? What are the challenges you faced? Culture shocks, all of that put together. And how did you overcome them?
Thank you for that question. So if I go back to 2009, that was when I came. It was a bit easy. It was easier than now. Then Naira was, pound was maybe 213, 215.
Jeez.
And,
wow.
Yeah, so there was no COS, there was no proof of fund, all these difficult hurdles that are in front of people. So right now, when I see people moving and still able to do it, I salute them, because it takes a lot of courage and effort to be able to do it now. And I see that people who are coming now are much more successful. They're much more, their mindset is different. They're hustling because they've gone through a lot of hurdles to get here. So they have to make it work. So their spirit is already fired up from Nigeria. But at that time, for us, it was a bit easier because even our visas, our plane ticket, everything was paid for by the government. We didn't have to do visa interviews. We just went, gave them our passport stamp, and we left. Within 5 minutes, we're out of the embassy. So it was very easy on that front. But on coming to Scotland and landing here, it was late September. So it said it was getting colder. So the cold and then the Scottish accent was what threw us up. We couldn't understand what the teachers were saying. So in my mind, how am I supposed to learn when I can even understand the lecturers? So it took us a bit of time. England is a bit better for students, but most of our lecturers in Scotland were Scottish. So their accent, especially Dundee accent, was very, very, very difficult accent. So dealing with the accent, the different environment, here people are very individualistic. You walk past people, they don't look at you in the face, let alone greeting you. Those are some of the differences I was seeing. But in terms of settling down, as I said, it was easier. Our education, our accommodation was already paid for a year in advance.
Okay.
We get allowance every month.
Wow.
So the advice was that we shouldn't bother to work because we have enough money. They paid for our shoes, laptops, books, you know.
Oh my God.
So they paid for everything. So we didn't have to do anything. We just show up in class. And that's one of the reasons why we did well in school. Because I used to pity some of my classmates who have to go and work so that they can pay school fees. And you know, the system can be unfair. Imagine somebody who's rushing from class to work and come from work to class. And me, I just wake up, come to class, go back to the library and study till about 12 or 11, 12, and then go home. You cannot compare our academic performance. True. But the system we want to compare, it's not comparable. So that's why those who come self-sponsored, they suffer a bit more. And I salute them because it takes a lot of effort to do this. But as I navigated the academics, I started to understand the accent. First, by the end of first semester, we were already in the system. Coursework was one of the things that was harder for most people. But for me, because I was already in the university, I was as a lecturer, I was already doing article, I was already writing thesis. Writing research papers. So I know how to do referencing, all those things was easier for me compared to other people who have never done coursework. You know, in Nigeria, you just read and pass. It's until you get to final year before you do your first report or seminar, as they call it. So coursework, you know, writing reports. In fact, in some courses, there were no exams. So you just go and they'll give you a particular topic, you write on the topic, and then you come and either present it or write a report on it. So for many of us, it was strange, but it was a bit easier for those of us who had that academic environment. And after that, I finished, as soon as I graduated, I just got my 2 years visa, that post-study visa, and then I left.
Oh, okay.
I went back to Nigeria. So on coming back, because I was already used to the system, I still had my bank account, I still had everything. So my school fees was already paid, even the second coming. So it was easy as well. I just had to set up my accommodation with my stipend. Okay. And continue. This time around, it was a PhD. PhD is much more lonely compared to masters. Masters, you go to class with your mates.
Oh, okay.
You go back. Okay. But this time around, it's just you, your topic, and your supervisors.
Oh, right.
And your supervisors, you are the one that will push them, and not the other way around. Because they have 1,001 things to do. So PhD will test your endurance level. So that's why when you see people who do PhD, it's not because they're very smart intellectually. They have endurance. And you need more of endurance rather than intelligence to do a PhD. Because you need to be able to drive yourself in those lonely times. And then it was when I was finishing my PhD that I got married.
Wow. Okay.
And in fact, it's because I got married, that's why I'm still in this country. As if I didn't marry, I'll probably be back. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It was my wife that said, no, the way you left Nigeria in 2009 is different in 2015. Yeah, you know, in 2015 was when Buhari was elected.
Buhari was, yes.
So the trajectory was like Nigeria is going down a bit down. So I said, okay, just look at it for a few years. And then Buhari was re-elected again in 2019. So that led to me delaying going back.
Okay.
And up to now, it's still the delay. You know, just waiting for a time when Nigeria will pick up. Because I really want to be in Nigeria.
Wow.
But for family reasons, I'm here. So now that I'm here, what can I do? And that's why I began to do so many things I didn't do in the first 10 years of my stay in the UK that I'm doing now. Because now, okay, I'm here. What I should be doing what I need to do now. Okay. So that's like my journey so far.
Wow. That's a very inspiring one. So I'm digressing a little bit here.
No, you can digress as much as possible.
What do you think Africans, let me bring it further down. What do you think Nigerians living here, what do you think we're supposed to be doing to help home front, the economy, Nigeria as a whole, in the little ways that we can? What are the things we can be doing to help home front? Because recently I was reading about the income that the country generates from people in diaspora.
It's a lot.
It's not small.
Yeah, it's billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars. And that's one way that foreign currency is entering the country, which is very good for the economy. What are the other ways that can easily boost or help the economy grow even faster?
Right. What I normally encourage people to do now that I'm here for a while, is to, first of all, stabilize by themselves.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people, they come here and within a few months, they're expected to be sending money home. They're working back-to-back shifts. I've seen people work 7 days a week.
Oh,
because they have those obligations.
Oh my God.
So my advice would be, first of all, try and stabilize yourself.
Okay.
Your family will not die. Sometimes some of the things that you're sending money for is made up. They might say somebody swallowed a spoon and things like that. So stabilize. When you stabilize and you're in a better mindset, people are dying a lot from stress.
Also.
In fact, in one of our properties in North Shield, one guy who is Nigerian, he hasn't been here for more than like 8 months. He had hemorrhagic. His brain, there was a nerve in the brain that burst and spilled blood into his brain and went into coma, and he couldn't be revived. So he died.
Oh my God.
So because he just wanted the open door to go to work and fell into the door. And that was it. So people should make sure that they are okay first. So when you're okay, then you can help others. You have to be standing before you can help other people to stand. Now, some of the ways by which I have done, because I was in the academic environment, was to, and then so I was in academic environment in Nigeria and here. There were some books that people here thought it was outdated. Books are like 5 years old. So I arranged for those books and test microscopes, so equipment that people are supposed to throw away. We arrange for them to be sent home.
Send it back home.
So the university generally will pay for the postage. So some of our department, my department in Nigeria, they have this kind of arrangement, so we can send materials to them. But unfortunately, many of us they're no longer reading hard copies. So despite the fact that they're not reading hard copies, what would they also do is to download recent articles. Many of the articles in science mainly, you have to pay, or your university subscribes to it before you can access it.
Wow.
So what we did was to download them and then send it
back
so that people can see up-to-date research and have access to them. But that's on the academic front. Now, on other fronts, I don't know, it depends on maybe your likes or your vocation. A friend of mine is doing renewable energy stuff. So he's looking at how to use solar cooker. So he's doing his PhD in University of Middlesbrough now. So rural environment, you don't need kerosene or anything. You can use solar to cook your food.
Wow.
So he's looking into that, and to make it affordable, he's partnering with a Japanese company to design and make it affordable to the people in the rural communities. The project is ongoing, but I don't know how far they have gone.
Wow,
so those initiatives can work. One of the reasons I'm not a fan of just sending money, because people will just spend the money. I'll prefer more of empowerment that is intellectual or material empowerment than cash. Cash will go like
spend
this.
It fast.
So we should help people to find a way to fish rather than just give them the money. Because all the billions, maybe around 25 billion, go there every year. What has been done with it in the last 10 years?
Probably some of it come back here. By the time they start buying clothes.
That's people use it to buy Hennessy or buy
buy
champagne, and then the money will go back to France. So, but depending on people's interests, there are several ways to help. But I would prefer that the help is in form of mental empowerment and material empowerment.
Oh, that's okay. So, so as not to take much more of our time, I'll go straight to our main question of the day.
Okay.
If you were just coming in afresh today, with the knowledge you already have of the UK and the knowledge of how hard it is for people to come in here, how hard it is for people to settle in, how hard it is for people to break even, what are the steps you will take to settle in faster and better?
Okay. So if I'm just coming in now, after paying all the proof of fund and COS and all these things, I would say is to find a place that is not very expensive to live. A lot of people, accommodation is your biggest expense. So what I found out as a lecturer is that the lecturer salary in Dundee and in Bristol is the same. In Newcastle and Bristol is the same. That's why I left Bristol for Newcastle. Same salary.
Okay.
So why would I stay in Bristol? I was paying £1,000 for a 2-bed house. Oh. £1,000. In Newcastle, I was paying $550 for a 3-bed house with an office. The same salary. So here I was living better. I haven't changed anything. Just changed job, changed location. I didn't change job. I just changed location, and my life was better. I could save maybe additional £600 every month just by it. So watch where you go. A lot of people like London. Okay, what are you getting in London? So I don't advise people to go to universities in London, except maybe you're funded by government. Because the cost of living is just so high. You can finish your study anywhere and go work in London if they're paying you maybe five grand a month net, then it might be a reason to go there. So find a cheaper place to study and if you're a student, or to stay, whether you are coming to work. And then have a plan to not work for too long. My goal now, what I'm trying to tell is, don't work more than 15 years, 10, 15 years for people. Or even if you want to you love your job, have something else. You need to have additional source of income. This system is designed to make you comfortable. Stay in the middle. The system doesn't want you to prevent you from going really, really destitute, but you cannot be very rich. If you keep to the system, you will not be very rich. So the only way to beat the system is to have other sources of income. And the easiest way to do that is to have a business. However, I know that not everyone will be an entrepreneur. So this is the two options you have. If you cannot be an entrepreneur, be an investor.
Okay.
So as you come in, have a plan. Maybe be setting something aside, because every salary you receive, a part of it belongs to the future. That one that belongs to the future, it might be 10%, it might be 20%. Put it aside, put it in something. Okay. You can save it, maybe when it becomes like 3-4K, put it in something. If you cannot be an entrepreneur, be an investor. Keep that money away. And the interest or whatever revenue you get from that can help you to cushion the impact of the system, because the system will take everything. If your salary increase from £2,000 net to 3,000, there'll be something that will come and take the extra. So as you grow, your expenses will grow with you. So you need to be intentional. If not, you can be here 20 years and same old. So come in, find a cheaper place to stay. If you find a nice job and be saving money. If you're not setting up a business, have an investment. And then what else? Family, keep your family close. This system is designed to separate families. You know, I see people, the wife is working night, is coming to give the husband the ticket and hand over the child. You know, they are exchanging at the bus stop and they don't see each other for like 6 days a week. So over time, they don't even have rapport anymore. Before you know it, they have irreconcilable differences, and everything breaks. The system is designed to make it like that if you're not careful. So it is important to be intentional and keep everything close. And if your finances are sorted, you'll be better in terms of putting your family together.
Okay.
So, husband working 7 days a week, wife working all the time is not really ideal. But with good plan, it's possible to still have a stable family that you have dinner together, at least have one meal together in a day. You know, that interaction will help you to go face whatever it is outside. I can't think of anything else at the moment.
All right, so I've get a cheap accommodation to live in to start with, because accommodation is the biggest expense that you're gonna have. The second thing is
save.
Have a plan, save for the future. If you cannot do business, go into investing.
Yes,
and keep your family close. Because at the end of the day,
because your family will be they will help your mental health. Your mental health can go out of hand in this country if you don't take time. But if you have a good support system, and I also add this, that you should have a few people that you can interact with, because it's very lonely here. Okay. It's not like in Africa where somebody can just knock on your door and come and check on you. Yes, here, you may have siblings in this same country and you not see each other for 2 years, 3 years. It's possible. So it's very lonely, but have a network around you. It might be a church, it might be a society, it might be just a body that you can maybe play game together once in a while and catch up and refresh. It's very important. If not, there'll be a lot of burnout.
Wow, that's man. Okay, so at the end of the day, our families keep us grounded. Communities keep us grounded, and this is not it's not a place for community.
No, it's basically
not. One can live with a neighbor for donkey years and you don't get to see them.
That's right.
And they are living there. It's not like they are not.
They're there. You don't know your name.
See them.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's really profound, sir. Thank you very much. One more.
Okay.
Basically, we are done with the main thing.
Okay.
But just one more. What type of investments do you think I can go into? Aside business.
Aside business.
Aside business.
Okay. Some that I do myself. You know, depending on your appetite for risk.
Okay.
I take a lot of risk. And business, you know, being an entrepreneur is a bigger risk.
Yeah.
So if you don't have time, which many of us in this country don't have, you can set aside 250 pounds every month, and just put it in some S&P 500, you know, a combination of top 500 companies in the world.
Okay.
It's doing pretty right now. It's going up and down because of some of this turmoil.
Yeah.
But over time, the trend is up, and it can give up to 8 to 10% every year. If you're consistent.
Okay.
If you start early, let's say you start when you are 30. By the time you are 65, you'll probably be a millionaire.
Wow.
If you're consistent. Okay. So that's how
200
compound interest can help you to build wealth. Just put it aside. Automate it, make it direct debit or standing order. It just goes out before you spend money.
Touch it.
Yeah. If you automate it, you won't feel it. And that's one thing about human psychology. If you want to spend before you save, there'll be nothing to save because the money will not be enough. But if you automate and take the money away, what you have will still be enough.
You find a way.
Yeah, you find a way to be enough. So yeah, automate it. S&P 500. There's some that I'm doing now. It's a combination of some AI, because I know that AI will be a big thing in the next decade. So a lot of AI companies is a pot. So a fraction of like the top 20. I put in some money there every month.
Nvidia.
Nvidia has gone 120% in the last 2-3 months.
Wow.
Yeah. It's more than double.
Wow.
So I do that and just put the money away. that way for those who don't have time. But if you have time and you can take risk and you want to do business, it's the best way. Because one of the advantages of business is the fact that you can make all your expenses before you are taxed.
Oh, yes.
You know, when you are an employees are like the worst. They are the bottom of this. Everybody take from them. You know, government will tax your salary. They tax the petrol, the alcohol, everything else you buy is still taxed. So tax is like the biggest expense that we have in this country. So one way to mitigate that is to have a business.
Okay.
And when you have a business, you can keep most of the money you get. As an employee, you might earn £3,000 gross, but maybe you get 2,001 to take home. Most of that is gone. So you see, but if you're a business owner, you keep most of that 3K and keep it.
Expenses, just put it on the expenses. I remember I had the conversation with someone. He said he would rather stay on. He said he didn't want to grow in salary because he was already on 39,900.
Okay.
And they were supposed to increase him to, I think, 42,000 or so. He said he didn't want it because at the end of it, what he will have to take home will be less than what he's taking home presently.
Yeah, because after you know, when you cross that higher tax
40K.
threshold, 40% threshold, it becomes you like a lot of your money just go back to the government. It's so a lot of people don't aspire. You see that people in this country, they don't really aspire too much, but it is foreigners and immigrants that want to aspire and get to the top, because as long as they are comfortable, they are fine. But for us, the only way to break that glass ceiling is to diversify and have businesses.
Wow. Guys, this has been really inspiring for me. And if you have stuck with us this far, thank you. Till the next episode, au revoir. That word just keeps coming. I don't know where it keeps coming from. Thank you, guys.
Are you French in your first life?
I don't know. So thank you. Thank you so much for doing this with me, sir. Thank you so much. I've really learned a lot.
I like to talk about 3 things: biology, business, and Bible.
Oh,
I can talk all day about all
3 B's. What's the common ground of the 3? Is there a common ground?
No, biology was my training.
No, okay.
Business is my vocation.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bible is I was born in church.
Oh.
So
you derive your inspiration from that.
Yeah, that's my faith is like the fuel that drive everything else.
Everything else. Wow. Wow. I like that. But recently you have really not been doing much in biology anymore. So
yeah. Biology is now bottom.
Let's shuffle.
Yeah, biology is bottom of it.
Let's shuffle.
Yeah.